So for all those who are saying good afternoon or good evening, I'm sure they are the newcomers. So welcome everyone. It's always an honor to have new people in our DXN family. First question that I'm going to ask is why good morning at this time of the hours? So all those new people, why we say good morning is the way you feel in the morning, that's how you feel in the evening and at night also in DXN. So you've heard all those guys who are saying yes, they are the people who are taking a lot of Ganodarma and DXN product. And the other reason is, Alhamdulillah, the good morning is taking place all around the world. We have offices which I'm going to explain to you all that it's not just in few countries. So there is always good morning, actual good morning taking place in some part of the world. So without further ado, we are going live, by the way. And today I'm going to give a special gift to everyone who has come over here. So you need not do any of those individual Facebook Live. It is going in public Facebook group, and the name of that group which I have created is Health, Wealth and Personal Development, so that you will see it also. So I would like you to just focus on what I'm going to talk, and the topic is very burning, and it is the power of direct selling business. Let me start with a question. It'll be a little interactive because I have got exactly 1 hour to go. And if it is with a lot of questions, then it'll take 2 hours. So I don't want it to go for 2 hours because tomorrow is a working day. Right?
Yes.
All right. So anybody who's new, who doesn't understand what is direct selling, please raise your hand. What is direct selling? Who don't understand. So be very relaxed. I'm not going to give you any fine for not answering that question. So there are just few people. Some people who are in the business also, they are not very clear. What is this direct selling business? Okay. So there are different names to this direct selling. Affiliate marketing, referral marketing, word of mouth marketing, relationship marketing, social marketing, multi-level marketing, you name it. But bottom line to this direct selling is, please look at the screen over here, and I would like to give you a very simple explanation, especially for the newcomers. If you look at on the left side, there is $10, and on the right side we have got $30. So any product which is being sold in the market from hundreds of thousands of years, that's how the price of the product get increased from the factory to you as a consumer. So if you look on the left side, you look at manufacturer, it is $10. Then there is a wholesaler who gets all the product out from the factory or the manufacturing unit, then it goes to advertisement, then distributor, then retailer, and finally it comes to you. Do you have any idea how much the jack-up of the price goes because of advertisement? Can anybody give me any rough idea?
70%.
It is approximately 50 to 70%. He's right, but minimum is 50%. So if you keep on adding, whatever you are buying, whether it's your watch or your shoes, whatever you are buying, it goes to about 20 minimum to 30%. That's called traditional or indirect marketing. Now the word over here will become very clear to you all. It is indirect. The products are not coming to you direct. It is coming through so many hands. So I hope this thing is clear. Now we come to the direct selling or referral marketing. My topic is direct selling or direct selling business. So here you look at the same chain that is there from $10, all that middle, MAD, marketing, advertisement, and distributor. The word is MAD, which is mad. And you go mad paying that much of money. Whatever the cost of the product is, you are paying 2 to 3 times more. Here you are looking at, you are paying about $3 to $4 more. So it's about $13. So this is called direct selling, and it's very different than the usual traditional marketing method. Now, a lot of people would be asking that, okay, if I get involved in this direct selling business, how do I get the money? This is for the new people. Now, the concept behind this direct selling and how you are being paid is through loyalty point. Now, I have taken the example of Skywood, Emirates NBD, and I'm sure everybody has done some shopping in Carrefour. There is a My Club card. So there are points attached to the products. So whatever product that you are buying, you are getting certain points, and the points are converted into dollars. So this is the simplest explanation that I can give. But here, these cards, they are very weak cards compared to our card. Direct selling cards is much more powerful. Here, you buy stuff. Let's take the example of where everybody goes to buy their groceries from Carrefour, and you have to buy a product worth about 5,000 dirham in order to get $50 dirhams worth of some product purchase, free product. That's it. If you tell other people, you don't get any benefit of that. So I don't want to go too much in details, but here in our business is much, much more powerful. So what is happening to the world right now? I mean, you all are very much aware about the downsizing, the economy going down and all that. And this is a beautiful short movie. Please watch this. And this is talking about our industry.
The world is changing faster than ever. What used to take decades is now taking years or even
Have had for many decades, and about the workplace being a secure place to work the rest of your life.
First time in the history of our nation, our children will not do as well as us.
We've seen our friends get laid off, we've been laid off, we've had our pay cut.
people are overworked, underpaid. They seem to have less time and less freedom. They live under constant pressure.
This is going to be forced. And so even if your employer loves you, they may have to cut you.
There's something wrong that on Monday morning, the heart attack rate increases by 35%. Technology is accelerating, job security is declining. It just doesn't seem like the old models of making a living are as reliable as they used to be.
Every aspect of our lives, there's a better way out there. We're still doing it the old way.
We live in the greatest country on the planet, and there are a lot of people sitting around complaining to be cynical.
Like everyone's whining about this old model, and I'm like, why don't you leave it? Look at all this over here. Look at all this opportunity.
Since so much of our lives revolve around our work and the way we make our living, many people are thinking there just has to be a better way.
The biggest challenge facing our world today is not making money. It's what are we going to do with all this place on quick?
People are afraid that they're going to make the wrong decision. People are afraid of the unknown. People are afraid that maybe I don't have the skills.
Hey, sports fans, industrial age is over. It's dead. It's dying. That's why going to school to get a job is an obsolete idea. A steady paycheck is an industrial age idea.
So you are the new entrepreneurs. Let's give a big hand to you all. My topic today is the power of direct selling. And I'm going to talk about the potential that you have in your hand. Now, going a little bit back into the history of direct selling, when it started and how it started. I'm sure some of you all know about it. It started in 1886. Imagine, by a man called David McConnell. And what was the reason behind is the American women, they didn't have the right to vote. And wherever they were going, they were not getting the same job as men. Imagine, USA, what's happening over there. So this man came up with the idea, what does the women love most? Cosmetics and jewelries. And that's how this company started 130 years back. And it was not to create a beauty company, but to give women the entrepreneurship. So they are the owner of their own business. And that is the reason why today 80% of people who are involved in the direct selling are women. So let's give a big hand to the women. Moving fast forward, this is 1886. The multivitamin company came in 1939 called California Vitamins before the Second World War. I'm just going to give a fast history. And it grew. And in 50, the biggest company, which is doing now over $10 billion today, that got created. From 50s till 1975, there were few companies which is coming up, and then a law was passed by the Supreme Court of the United States, where direct selling came under Direct Selling Association. And that's the organization which controls direct selling of USA, and World Federation of Direct Selling Association is controlling us, that is outside United States. So this is a huge business which is giving a turnover of $189 billion, much more than Hollywood or a Bollywood. And everybody is knowing that. 118 million people are involved. 118. So this is the latest figure that I'm giving you. Now coming to what the world leaders are talking. Now, when I go around, especially in the Middle East, so people think that this direct selling is being done by only laborers or security guard people or some people doing the sales. This is what the thinking is. In fact, these are the hungry people, and lives of thousands of people have changed. Now, I'm just going to give you a few examples of people like Bill Gates. And this is a very popular photo in the Google, where I'm sure everybody knows Bill Gates, right? Yes. Okay. So I just want to check. You know this guy who was not the richest man right now. He says, if I'm given a chance to start all over again, no more Microsoft, I will start with network marketing. Imagine, this is Bill Gates talking. So the two words, direct selling and network marketing, they are synonymous. So keep that thing in mind. If I'm talking about network marketing, is basically the direct selling. Before Bill Gates, this guy, Warren Buffett, was the richest man. He's still one of the richest men. And he has got 3 direct selling network marketing companies right now. Imagine, so this industry or business is being done by people of that cadre. You saw the video just now, and this professor, his name is Paul Zane Pilzer, and the book is available in Dubai. I bought it from Borders, The New Wellness Revolution. It is a must-read book for everyone. It's available in Dubai. Go ahead and buy this book. In that book, there is one chapter on direct selling and why the wellness revolution is needed. I'm not going to talk about the product. but just to give you an idea, out of thousands of direct selling companies in the world, 70% are doing health and wellness business, nutritional business. Why? Because it is giving you the natural treatment or the cure or prevention from diseases. Today, there are millions of people who are falling sick because of the toxin that they are eating and drinking and inhaling. There are various diseases where there are no cure, where the doctor says you have to take it. So he talks about all that and why it is happening is in detail, but my topic is direct selling, and this person talks about the direct selling. And what he's saying, the best system I have ever seen for the intellectual distribution. You see, there was a time when people used to make money in the manufacturing. They have got a factory and they do all the manufacturing, and then came the consultants. I'm going to talk about all that also. But for being a consultant, you have to get your PhD and research, and then you become whatever you become. And you would like to, say, become an owner of a factory, then you need millions of dollars. Simple as that. But how can a common man become part of this global business? And that is through direct selling. So it's a very, very powerful business. And I travel a lot around the world, and I've seen people, especially in Europe and USA. There are people who are from very, very professional background who are doing this business. Of course, in these two places, it is over 100 years. As far as Asia and Africa is concerned, it's just about 25 to 30 years. So we are in a very nascent stage as far as this industry is concerned. Now, coming to job versus direct selling. I mean, how many people are doing job over here? Just raise your hand. So it's almost about 80%. Those who did not raise their hand, what are you doing? You're doing business? Or you're maybe looking for a job. There are people who are looking for a job and they have been fired or something is happening. But a job scenario is this. Can you see that? That's a typical scenario. The guy in the office, he's stressed out and long hours, and ask any jobber, they're not happy with their pay. That's a typical job situation. Indirect selling, you're not working for anybody. You are your own boss. That I was also 15 years back, I was also just like you. I was a jobber. And it took me about 4 years to come out of the job. When I saw the light at the end of the tunnel. And when I saw the light, then it was no looking back. So if I can do, I'm sure every one of you all can do and get that financial freedom. It is a true example of personal freedom. When I say personal freedom, it's your own freedom. In direct selling, the beauty is you do what you want to do. One, when you want to do, where you want to do, and with whom you want to do. So these are just not a sentence. When I was doing this PowerPoint, it came out of my heart. One day I said, okay, what this personal freedom has given me. Those who are really doing full time, they want to work from whatever, wherever, whenever, with whom they want to work with. Now, for a job situation, you've got a boss and you've got a colleague. I had the similar situation. Can you change your boss? No. Can you change your colleague? No. So that's a typical job scenario. So That is the scenario of a jobber. And this guy gets up, and every day he gets up like that. And then there is a guy who is in the direct selling. He jumps up out of the bed whenever he wants to. I'm not saying that every day I jump up like that, because my wife is going to kick me out of the bedroom. The wife is not over here, that's why he's jumping alone. Maybe he's a bachelor like most of you all are. But in direct selling, let me tell you, the beauty is I get up, I'm giving you the example, with a passion. I get up that I've got something to do. There is a purpose. There is a direction. How many people that I would like to help today or tomorrow or this month or this year? It's not only the money. Everybody, of course, like to have money. Financial freedom is very important. But then what next? So I'm going to give you a certain real power of this direct selling. Direct selling is a very just business. Everybody would like to have justice done, right? Wherever you are working. And in the job, there is a ceiling. You cannot go beyond in that salary bracket, whatever you are earning. Now look at the photo on the left side. You have joined as an employee, or with your education you have joined as a manager, and you have to work very hard 20, 30, 40 years, and out of millions only one or two will become the chairman or the president of the company. It's very difficult. Let me tell you, it's very, very difficult. That is the real pyramid in any corporate job. Whether you're working for the government, you're working for the private sector, you're working anywhere, you cannot become the chairman or the president of that company. If you do become, you have to upgrade your knowledge, you have to give that much of millions of dollars of sale in order to get to that top position. Yes. Now I come to the direct selling. It is inverted pyramid. Can you see? You join as a simple consumer or a distributor. That's where you are, right at the bottom. And the top, can you see on the top, is all empty. What Shabby just mentioned about the Crown Ambassador, right now in the world we have got 30 Crown Ambassadors. And believe you me, all of you can become Crown Ambassador if you want it. So the upper level that is there is not restricted to one or two or three people. It is not restricted to the person who is highly educated or who has got good connections. It's how much hunger you have. You understand the meaning of hunger?
Yes. How much we want?
This is the hunger like a starvation. When you need whatever you need, nobody can stop you at that.
Exactly.
So that guy has got some hunger at the back. All right, now I'm going to go to the traditional business. And now traditional business, anybody doing any business over here, restaurant business or some business in Bakala business or in Dubai Mall, they have got Versace's store. Anybody doing business? Raise your hand. So we have got 1, 2, 3 people who are doing business. Now, in the traditional business, you have to have a capital investment. Few million dirham or few million dollars. You have to have a education, you have to have a knowledge, you have to have a setup, you have to have a supply of the product, you have to have staff, and all that. And over here, of course, you have to have a sponsor. All that does not guarantee that you are going to become successful in the business. This is not over here. This is anywhere. Back home where you come from or in Europe, whatever business that you want to start, there is a high risk. And I'll show you the slide by which it is saying that what is the percentage of the people who start the traditional business fail. But now I'm going to tell you about the direct selling, the business that all of you are part of today. Who are not, please think. Please think how your life is going to change. This direct selling business, zero investment, zero headache.
Yes.
This translation of those who did not understand, talia means clapping. All right, so coming back, the people who are losing money is because of the high risk in any business. Zero risk, zero risk. What is needed, zero investment, what is needed is your time to learn, the time to eat and drink, that's just few minutes, and the time to go and reach out to people with their problems. Do you believe people have problems? Yes. You have problems? Yes. So everywhere in the world people have problems. There are two problems in the world. And in the Gulf, Middle East, there is a third problem also. So the first problem that people have is health. You can be a millionaire, like Steve Jobs, the guy who made Apple. At the age of 56, he died. And do you know what did he say in his deathbed? I had all the money, everything that a man can or person can think of. What I did not focus on was my health and the relationship. And DXN gives you both. It gives you the health. It gives you the health and it gives you the beautiful relationship. Not only with your own family, with the big DXN family around the world. So it is the business with the power, with the potential and everything. So look at the figure. All those who are having their eyes open and going around over here must be seeing a lot of shops getting closed down. A lot of people who had the business from a long time gone. One such very big business which was there, which is called Manama Supermarket, is all gone. So this is who are very, very established. But I'm seeing those people who are starting the business just in a year or 2 years' time, they are closing down. This is not over here, this is around the world. Now, how many people know that guy on the left side? Whether you like or you don't like, that guy is the most powerful guy in the world. All right, he's got a very special hairstyle and he's got everything very special. You only came to know when he became the President of the United States. I came to know about this person when I started studying direct selling back in 2000. 19 years back, I started studying this guy. And he made some good money from this industry. Are you giving the clap for this guy or for the industry? But for the industry is okay. All right. Now, why we want you to be rich? Now, if you analyze the sentence, they are rich. They are super rich. They are not just millionaires, they are both billionaires. And this guy on the right side, his name is Robert Kiyosaki. And I'm sure a lot of people know about this person. And I'm going to talk about 5-6 minutes about what his philosophy is all about. So imagine they partnered and they started the direct selling business together. Now, this is something the new people who are having no idea what is this ESBI quadrant. Now, if you look at the vertical line, there is a vertical line, can you see? And on the left side is E and underneath is S. Left side of this vertical line, people work for money. When you get educated, all right, whatever your undergrad, your postgrad, you could do your master's and you do your PhD. So by the time you finish up your studies, it's 25 years. Your age is 25 and you work for how many years? About 40 years. 60 to 65 years people get retired. So you have a job. You are called employee. And you are doing a job. Job means just over broke or just obey boss. You don't have any control whether it's day, whether it is weekend, boss calls you, you have to be there. That's job, and that is called hand to mouth. That is E. You come down, it's called self-employed. Who are self-employed? You got a small bakala, a hardware shop for example, or you got a Gucci shop, or you have got whatever, or you are a consultant, like a cardiologist, you are a legal advisor, you have got a real estate, or you are a expert in your area. Now, all these experts, they still have to work. I can be the best cardiologist in the world, in the Mayo Clinic or whatever clinic or hospital that I am in. I will not get the money without doing the consultation. You agree on that? Yes. I can have the best shop in Dubai Mall. I mean, you got Armani and you got Versace and you got a Rolex watch, right? These are good brand. But when the door opens, then only they start making money. If the door is closed, no money. And it's very funny. How come I've got so much of money invested and I'm not getting the money? Because no people are coming there. So they are a little better off than the E. Why? Because they're getting more money, but they don't have time. If I'm a doctor, I'm on call. Even on the weekend, I'm on call. And if I have opened a business, a big business, for 3 to 4 years, I'm working round the clock 7 days in a week. So on the left side, these people are approximately 80 to 90% working for money. And only 10 to 20% of the money is on the left side. Now you come on the right side. Right side, you've got B and I. Everybody can see that? Yes. Money works for you. And this is wonderful. How money can work? I'll give you a very simple example. I is an investor. You are from whichever country, you buy a small plot or you buy an apartment. You pay off today. That is 23rd February 2019. 23rd February 2029. What happens to your plot or that apartment? The money goes up? Yes? What did you do? Did you do anything? You did not do anything. So money worked for you because of investment. You can only do that provided you have the money. Simple as that. So now we come to the B. B is the big business, where people invest in millions of dirham or dollars, and they have to wait for 10 years. Now this side, the time period is, if I'm an employee, I work for 40 years. This guy, who's a consultant and a businessman, works for 40 years plus. This side on the right, where the money works for you, how many years? Can you see again? 10 years. This is not high, this is 10 years. So 10 years, I guarantee you, I have seen people right from Bolivia to Philippines, wherever I have traveled. I've seen people who are really doing it. This direct selling business like a business, alhamdulillah, they are getting the business result.
Wow.
So if you look at, they own a system. Now, this country is a beautiful country in such a short time where it is today. Is because of the beautiful system that they have got. Whether it is their traffic, or whether they have got their law system, or whether they have got the schooling system, everything is having a certain system. Now, if most of you all are from subcontinent, India, Pakistan, Nepal, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, I mean majority, and of course Philippines. I've been to that beautiful country too. Nigeria, okay. All right, I mean, when I so please, okay. I said subcontinent. You see, in this part of the world, this part means Gulf. There are in millions people. I mean, I know there are people from Nigeria and Africa and every places. But if you go back home, right, the moment you land in the airport, you look at, when you take off from Dubai, and you look at the system. And the moment you land in your country, in your capital or in your city, and you see everything is like a hodgepodge. So what is happening? Right? So the system is not there. If those systems are implemented, then you just don't know where the country will go. So it's the system which makes the business grow. Now I'm talking about you. All those who are, let me tell you, be very, very frank with you all those who are in the DXN business for 7 or 10 years, I'm sure there are few people over here. If they are not getting the business result or business money, is because they don't have their own system. So you have to have the system, and in direct selling, the people who will earn that money are the people who are in that B, 10 years. And you would like to retire, you would like to, get that pension, that residual income, which is the dream of all the people. That is the block, and that is the business that you are in right now. Now I come, why it is called the business of the 21st century. We are in 21st century, right? And believe you me, like you saw that video, there will be a lot of people who will be going jobless. No job. You know why? Technology. Technology is going to take over. It has already taken over, by the way. And you have to be the best. 30 years back, 50 years back, even 20 years back, things were much easier. Less competition were there. There was competition, but much less than now. Now everybody is looking for the profit, whether it's a small organization or a big organization. And if you don't embrace technology, you'll be far behind. And in our business of direct selling, you have to learn few things which will boost your business.
Welcome to the business of the 21st century. Investor, entrepreneur, educator, and best-selling author Robert Kiyosaki is here to share with you his timeless principles for building wealth and creating a happy life. His message for you is that there is a business out there with a business model that anyone can use to become successful, no matter what your circumstances or experience level. Robert has written over 15 books on finance and personal development, which have combined to sell over 28 million copies. His book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, has been on the New York Times bestsellers list for over 8 years. First, Robert will share with you the business principles that have made him a multi-millionaire. And then he will go into detail about the business that can change your life, the business of the 21st century.
Hello, I'm Robert Kiyosaki, and thank you for listening. I'm here today to tell you that even though we are in tough times, you can still be a success. In fact, it's during tough times that many people get ahead financially. In fact, I'm looking forward to these tough times. There are many reasons for this economic crisis we are in today, and it is the biggest financial crisis in the history of the world. In my opinion, it is greater than the Great Depression, which began in 1929. One of the many reasons for the crisis is for the first time, you're now competing for a job with somebody who works in China, India, or the Philippines, or Eastern Europe. And for Americans, this means that you can no longer make $80 an hour, because there's people in countries all over the world who are willing to work for $1 an hour. How do you compete with that? Today, with the information age, I can now hire accountants and attorneys in India who speak great English and who understand our laws extremely well. Why would I pay somebody $500 an hour, an accountant or attorney, when I can hire somebody in India for $25 an hour? So this is one of the big reasons the idea of a safe, secure job for life is really an obsolete idea. You couple that with technology, and today I can replace people with technology. Why would I pay somebody more money when I can replace them with a computer? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Today, companies are not just downsizing, they're just letting thousands of people go. Unemployment is rampant. The tragedy is we have many bright students leaving school, let's say age 24 to 35, just loaded down with debt from college loans, and they can't even find a job. So the big problem today is in a global society and industrial age world, the idea of a safe, secure, high-paying job for life is an obsolete idea. So for those of you who may not be familiar with Rich Dad, Poor Dad, a book that has now sold over 25 million copies worldwide, it is the #1 personal finance book in all history, and has been on the New York Times bestseller list for over 8 years. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is a true story of my two dads.
So this guy, as I showed you the picture before, with Donald Trump, had started the direct selling or network marketing business. And 25 million copies is a lot of copies. And this is one of the books. And the other book which I recommend very strongly is called Business School. And the tagline of that business school is, and that is the secret of our business, is this business is for the people who love people, the people who like to help people. This is the secret of our business. If you have got that heart to reach out to people, as once again I said, where are the two problems? Number 1, health. Number 2, money. Why you are here? For money. Whatever you wanted to take the picture in front of Burj Khalifa with a selfie, or Burj Al Arab, or wherever you are, and trying to impress your families or your girlfriend and the boyfriends back home, is done. Within 15 days, 1 month is gone. Now you are back to reality. All right. So number 2 is money. And there is a peculiar problem over here in the Gulf. And that is, I'm going to ask you a question. How many people are married? Raise your hand. All who are married. So you can see there's about 90% who are married. And now I'm going to ask you another very difficult question. You are married. How many people's wife or husbands are with you? Raise your hand now. So that's less than 5%. So why are you married? I mean, why you are married then? I mean, if your wife or your husband is back home, the problem is, again, money. Nawa, paisa, fulus. For that you are over here. Now, if you start getting the same money which you are sending as a TT, which is called telex transfer, or draft, every month, those exchange are loaded of the people lined up to send the money back home. Now, if you start getting the same money that you are sending home, will you stay here or go back home? Agar nahi jayenge, if you don't go, your wife is going to really get after you, for sure. So it's time that you look into this possibility, this opportunity of a lifetime, where you start making the same money. Wherever you are working, you should do 100% of your job. There is no shortcut. Okay? After work, when you are free in your spare time, on the weekend, on the holidays, this is the business. And a lot of people talk about dreams and all that. So this is everybody knows McDonald's. Whether you like it or you don't like it, this guy, Ray Kroc, he sold the dream. Sapna. Khwab. Right? आप लोग जो है ना, you all came with a dream over here. I'm sure. You know, जब आपने वीजा लगाया, you were all very excited, एकदम सारा जेल वेल लगाकर, हाँ, बाल पूरा, इधर 10 साल के बाद फिर ऐसा हो गया. all gone with the toughness or whatever, the heat, the job pressure. But other than this, there is a very big distance between you and your family. In your own country, you have become an alien, a stranger. In your own family, you have become a dad who's coming, and the small child is saying, who's this stranger? So this is a very, very tough time. This is a very painful time. So this dream of Ray Kroc, you know, was not to sell hamburgers. This is a very cheap, you know, meal. This was for the poor people. When McDonald's started, it was not for the rich people. Rich people used to go to the elite restaurants. So McDonald's becomes successful because of the franchise, recruiting others. So we have got a similar system. You are over here and you build your business in not only here and your country, wherever you are from, you build your business, alhamdulillah, in more than 30 or 40 countries. You can. Now I come to this guy. I met him in 2008. His name is Dr. Professor Charles King from Harvard. So you can well imagine that is the university. And now he's teaching direct selling in University of Illinois. This book is also available. It's called The New Professionals, which you are. Forget about whosoever you are. You are a doctor or a teacher. You are a businessman. Whatever you are. But in direct selling, you are the new professionals. And he has got this. For a perfect business, there are certain criteria. Number one, the business has to be huge, expanding, and global. Criteria number one. Criteria number two is your product has to be very unique, very different out of the crowd. Number three, the product has to be consumable. Whatever you are using, the bottle or the box has to finish, and then you like it so much you buy it again. Number four is it has to be related to health. We say health is wealth. Only when we become sick, that is the unfortunate part of the way we think. You know, in China, people pay money to the doctors when they are healthy. Very unlike the rest of the world. $500 to $1,000 they pay to the doctors so that prevention is there. And that is the reason why, you know, as far as the cancer is concerned, as far as the other diseases are concerned, there's minimum over there. Compared to all the advanced country that you're talking about, Europe or America or Canada and all that. So health is important, and he's saying that any business in which there is wellness and health, that is going to stay. And the last thing is the business where you are involved, and it is called direct selling or network marketing. So these are the 5 criteria that you're looking at. Right? Now I'm going to come why DXN direct selling. So if you look at huge global and expanding, now I'll tell you my story, because this, I'm not trying to boast or trying to praise what I have done, but I'm going to give you the facts and figures. I joined in 2003. Alhamdulillah, my job was very good. Good salary. But again, job is a job. Anytime I could be fired, especially if you're getting a high salary. But more important was my own personal freedom. So it was not very big, it was just doing okay. And from 2003 to 2019, Alhamdulillah, the business has gone over $1 billion.
Whoa.
More than 200 countries the products are going. 50 countries we have offices like this. And out of 50 countries, Alhamdulillah, I have traveled to 45 countries personally. Now I can stand over here and start telling you the stories from Cotabato to Cochabamba to New Delhi to Karachi to Addis Ababa, and now Nigeria is opening, inshallah ta'ala, within 2-3 months. We are opening countries